producer X. Purchase at producerx.net. Purchase at producerx.net.
If you feeling, 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 if you feeling. If you feeling,
Burn Live, y'all marijuana keeping y'all connected. Hashtagging these red eyes, changing the viewers' eye red, keeping underage smoking on social media, killing myself for your entertainment. That was my new that was my new intro, y'all. Took me about 3 or 4 days to make that intro, so I'm pretty proud of that intro. I couldn't wait to come live and sit up here with you guys and go over that intro with you guys. I hope y'all appreciate it. I hope it was worth it. You like it. Yeah, don't put no comments on it unless you don't like it. If you don't like it, then put a comment up there. I highly appreciate it. Let me make sure we do a mic check. If you don't like it. If you don't. Yeah, mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, I did have a personal story I wanted to start off today with, and I almost thought I couldn't find it, and I just found it. Good. So y'all know what this is, y'all. We marijuana keep y'all connected. We talk about weed and laws and taxes. We also talk about other good things that's going on. around the way. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we do. This is what we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna be talking about marijuana law. As I'm gonna try my best to stick to the titles. I know it's hard for me to stick to the titles, but I'm gonna start sticking to the titles. Like, share, follow. Please, 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 please hit the like button. Please, please. I thank you so much. I do have a sponsor. I'm working on another sponsor. I will be playing their commercial in the middle of the show a little bit later on today when we get into it. So I hope y'all having a good Monday. I hope you're having a good weekend. Hopefully your football team won. Your football is heading towards the Super Bowl, which is in 2 weeks. Taylor Swift has been making headlines of her new attributes and what she's going through. So if y'all are part of that or you want to know about that, please stay tuned. We're going to be talking about that too. Ben Shapiro and Nicki Minaj rap battle. We're going to be talking about that. That's another exciting thing that's going on. We're going to be covering the news on the border crisis. I got weed laws. I got all these good things. All these great things. Please stay tuned. Please stay tuned. Okay. Let's get into this. So, ladies and gentlemen, to start things off, we are going to start off with marijuana news. And this is from my hometown. That's why I said we're going to start off somewhere a little bit special to get into it. I want to break this down and see what it is. I did not watch it, so a lot of this is going to be somewhere like a reaction to me. I have been working all day, so if somebody up there say, man, Michael, you look high as hell, I'm like, yeah, you're right. But I still want to do a job. I want to do it live. It's Monday. I love going live Monday through Fridays and maybe be off on weekends unless there's a special story Alician out. Other than that, let's get into this.
I'm Darren Bob.
And I'm Alexandra Burnley. A new recreational marijuana dispensary opens just minutes away from the Arkansas state line in Pineville, Missouri.
5 News reporter Lauren Spencer talked with the owner of the new location and also looked into how much revenue Arkansas is collecting from medical marijuana.
We grow the marijuana, we also process it, and then we have retail distribution dispensaries throughout the state.
Flora Farms officially opened almost 2 weeks ago here in Missouri, just 1 mile from the Arkansas border.
We moved from Neosho, which is a great town and a great city, and been very supportive, but a very small facility. We only had about 2,500 square feet, no drive-through.
They also moved locations due to Missouri being a limited license state, allowing only 220 dispensaries in the state, which makes it harder to open additional shops. Mark Hendren, president of Flora Farms, says he knows some believe the dispensary is controversial, being so close to Arkansas, where recreational marijuana is not legal, and Arkansans might go there anyway.
We are under camera and surveillance if the state wants to observe what we're doing at any time or for a period for up to 2 months after the fact, they can do that.
In Missouri, anyone 21 or older can buy marijuana for recreational use.
We believe that's one of the reasons the voters in Missouri approved this plan and approved recreational, is they'd seen that it is a very regulated and very well run licensing authority.
As for Arkansas's medical marijuana revenue, spokesperson for the Medical Marijuana Commission for Arkansas, Scott Hardin, says it's increased every year since the industry launched in the state in 2019.
Overall, we've collected about $120 million in state tax revenue. In total, last year in 2023, we collected about $31 million.
That's a lot of money to not know where that money is going. That is a lot of money to not know where that money is going. That's what we're talking about, and that's one thing we will be discussing over here when it comes to these marijuana. And they're claiming that they're making so much money off of these marijuana taxes. Are they spending our marijuana taxes right? Are they justifying what they're spending it on, or are they doing something crazy? That's one thing we must take care of. We must look into, because I do not, and I speak for you, and I speak for you because I'm trying to help you. I do not want to pay our taxpayer money, especially in the marijuana industry, on stuff stupid, dumb, and not worth our time.
100,000 patients in the state with active medical marijuana cards.
In 2022, when asked about the proposed constitutional amendment that would legalize marijuana in Arkansas, which did not pass, Governor Sanders said, quote, "I don't think that with the drug epidemic that we have across the state, frankly across the country, that adding and giving more access to that does anything to benefit Arkansas, so I certainly wouldn't be supportive of that." Missouri legalized recreational marijuana use in 2022 and went into effect in February 2023.
For the northern Arkansas dispensaries, those that would really be in competition with the Missouri dispensaries, and year to year, we are not seeing a sales decrease.
In Pineville, covering news where you live, Lauren Spencer, 5 News.
Now, this all comes as one group tries to make changes to medical marijuana laws in Arkansas. Arkansans for Patient Access submitted a constitutional amendment on Friday to increase access to the Arkansas medical marijuana program. That ballot initiative would legalize recreational marijuana if the drug becomes legal under federal law. It also makes it legal for patients to grow their own cannabis at home.
The amendment also extends the validity of patient cards from 1 to 3 years and removes the need for annual medical certifications and annual card fees. You can read more about the proposed amendment on 5newsonline.com.
5-star phone service next to half-price phone bill? It's possible with Telemobile's supercharged phone plans. Go for the 5 GB plan at just $14 a month.
I don't understand why other states don't look at the states that are doing well or doing good and try to copy the good methods and abilities that other states do uphold. I mean, that's like real simple. I have covered some real good stories and some real good coverage of laws and people that are holding into effect things that are actually worth our time. For real. And I do mean like literally worth our time. Not trying to say that people are wasting their time, but some stories, some attributes that people, like the Arkansas people, you can kind of tell that they're not really looking at other people. They're like, fuck it, we just gonna do it ourselves, and however it goes, it goes. We just gonna do it ourselves. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not mean to
Tell me about your new neighbor.
I do not mean to change the subject, but I forgot to put this in the title, and I forgot to talk about this last time. So, and it just gave me a headache because I just seen it, so I'm just finna talk about it now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm finna talk about it now. So, hold on to your seats, because what I'm finna say might just make you a little upset, mad, or whatever, because I'm finna keep it so real, and I'm smoking, and we getting high. This the Marijuana Club. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Please like, share, follow, do all that stuff. I'm tired of knowing that people are going to use situation and call them racism. I'm tired of people are using race hustling to the extreme, to a parallel world, to where it's getting out of hand. You don't think it's getting out of hand. You're not seeing the true facts. And you're probably thinking of person. You're probably one of the people that sits up here and that says like, yeah, racism is still alive. Systemic racism is still here. A black man can't do nothing that a white man can do. I can't go up here and get a bank loan. I can't start a small business. You would say all of that, right? Right. Okay, cool. Whatever. y'all seen race hustling, and I believe this is a real art. Race hustling doesn't seem to come around only when it's around election time. When it was close to the last election, you had the George Floyd, you had BLM riots, you had a lot of things that was going on around election. Well, I'll be damned if we not around election time now. And what do you see? You got the Reading Rainbow guy finding out that he got Ku Klux Klan in his family. He's shocked. He's mad. He's upset. You got the Ben and Dave Chappelle. Ben Shapiro and the Nicki Minaj, which I talk about later on today up in the show. You got all this race hustling stuff and people saying that it's racism happening on, but luckily there's no cops getting shot. Okay, so they couldn't do that, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all couldn't do that. So you know what the next best thing they did? The next best son of a M and F and son of a kid and tail thing they did? They made a movie. Huh? They made a movie. You really gonna sit up here and make a movie about racism? No, not about history. Not about history. Not about history. Racism. Ladies and gentlemen, I take you to a movie called Karen, which you would think it would be about Karens, which is true. But there's something deeper into this I want you to see. So I'm going to play the commercial first. I'm going to play the ad first, and then I'm going to go back and we're going to go over it. And I'm going to come like I'm a...
They're black.
There's just something real strange about her, you know?
There she is, slaving away in the kitchen. Next thing you know, we have criminals. We are living next door to a racist. You take care of him, and I will take care of her.
Shut your mouth, boy.
My name's Karen. Bad things happen to people that don't comply.
Knows it ain't coming out in theaters, it ain't coming out in mirrors, low budget. Yet again, it's low budget enough to where enough people are going to see it. Come on, man. This movie is undespicable. It's undespicable to say that a Karen, which I know, matter of fact, I know two Karens. I used to date one. I don't date her no more. And then I know another person that's Karen that's a nice lady. Nice lady. What she say over here? Look, they even got the words up for you to read to make sure you understand what they're trying to push, the narrative.
Next thing you know, we have criminals.
You see, slaving in the There it is. There it is.
Slaving away in the kitchen. Next thing you know, we have criminals. We are living.
That right there. Come on, man. Why? What is the purpose of this movie? Is you just trying to sell? Are you trying to make a point? Is you trying to what? Because this is a movie. This is one of those movies that would stir up the pot that would get people pissed off. They'd be like, why the fuck? Huh? I was supposed to be. Hey, I'm sorry if it's been acting up for you, bro. Rumble's been acting up for me too. You know what I'm saying? I really just go in there just to monitor. But back to the. Come on, man. Let me get the ugly face. Ugly face. Because I want y'all to see that this bothers me because all Karens ain't like that. Are there people out there like this? Yes, we see them every day. There's a dude on YouTube, Facebook, whatever his main platform is, that make a living off of finding Karens, bro. I am not knocking that you want to find you a Karen, But to make a movie, to put the racial aspect in it is to what? So black people can find, oh man, did you see Karen? I told you racism was still alive, man. They even made a movie off it, man. Come on, man. Why they make that movie, man? And that's a good question. Why did they make this dumbass movie about Karen just to jeopardize other people? Man, I'm telling you. We understand, and I hope that you understand, and I understand that America makes money off of war and conflict and selling bullets and stuff like that. I do get it. But do you want such a conflict so bad in America? Is it really, really, really worth the pocketbooks of having a war inside America? Because that's all this, that's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. When I see people still bringing up, listen here, do anybody know what really, truly got rid of racism in America? What got rid of racism in America is this right here. This. Yes. A cell phone. Once you was documenting what you was doing every day and you can point out that somebody did something racist to you and you was getting paid, they went to go hide. Do you know the only people that bring up racism is black people? That's got buddy. Remember, like the Color Purple, they were screaming racism. They wasn't getting paid for it enough because the puppet master wasn't spreading out money, even though Oprah was the writer and co-founder of that. That is what I'm be talking about. That shit right there be pissing me off, bros. Like, why do we? Why do we got to see it now? You know how they be telling people boycott this, but that should be a movie that should be boycotted. Why? Because we are tired of seeing the racism. It's not worth our time. It's not going to help us grow. It's not going to benefit us. It's not going to do nothing for us in the long run. I'm dead ass. Now, let me see if I can get back into my marijuana news at least for an hour. I had to get into that just in case. I didn't find that or I forgot, because I know I probably would have forgot. Oh my God, yeah, we got to get into this one right here, y'all. Back into the marijuana news. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. If we having trouble over there on Rumble, I am on YouTube, Burn Live, #RedEye. I'm on Facebook too. I'm on X. Hey, I'm all over the place. Please, if you like, share me out, try to find me. Appreciate it. Let's get into this next news. This is about Dallas, Texas, y'all, and their marijuana laws. Let's find out what it do.
A petition is circulating around Dallas to decriminalize marijuana possession within the city limits. The goal is to get enough signatures to get the so-called Dallas Freedom Act on the November ballot. Fox 4's Alex Boyer outside Frank Crowley Courthouse tonight in Dallas with the story. Alex.
Hey, Steve, you know, this coalition is really building off of successful marijuana reform campaigns in Texas cities like Austin, San Marcos, Killeen, and right here in Denton. They need 20,000 signatures in order to get that referendum on the ballot. Outside the Frank Crowley Courthouse in Dallas Monday, a coalition of community organizations held a rally to decriminalize marijuana in the city of Dallas.
Our jail is full of people that have been arrested for misdemeanor arrests. And when we look at misdemeanor and simple possession of marijuana, it's no different.
The group needs 20,000 signatures from City of Dallas registered voters to get what's been dubbed the Dallas Freedom Act on the November ballot.
To amend the City of Dallas charter so that police do not give citations and do not arrest folks for misdemeanor marijuana possession.
If passed, the act would also prohibit the city from allocating any budgeted resources for THC concentration tests, which is the only
This is my thing, and y'all gonna hate me for this part right here. If y'all not gonna medicalize if you're not gonna legalize marijuana, you just gonna keep decriminalize it. Yes, you should get tickets if you get pulled over for certain attributes. No, you know what I'm saying? Marijuana is against the law, but you're not gonna get no ticket for it because everybody else gonna feel like that about other laws. You know what? This is against the law, but yet again, why are you getting me a ticket for it? So no, until y'all figure out a way to clean up the border crisis, which y'all governor is doing a very, very good job. Just everybody else needs to get behind them. Clean up the border crisis. Clean up the crime that's going on down there. Let the oil rigs get back into oil in the field, and then medicalize marijuana. I don't see no problem with that. I'm down with that all day long. All day long.
To test whether a substance is legal hemp or illegal marijuana. The act has support from the Dallas Democratic Party and at least one local justice of the peace.
And provide clarity and consistency for courts, for families, for police, and for everyday people in the city of Dallas.
It's happening in many cities, especially because cities have a great deal of influence over who their police officers pull over, who gets stopped, who gets served.
Dr. Timothy Bray is the director of urban policy research at UT Dallas. Bray says currently the Dallas Police Department operates under what's called cite and release when it comes to what is considered small or personal amounts of marijuana possession, but added that without a voter referendum, that could change at any time.
Amending the city's charter makes it more difficult for future councils or future residents to change the initiative.
A May 2023 report generated by Dallas Action found Black residents of Dallas make up a disproportionate number of arrests by Dallas police, including for minor marijuana possession offenses. Dr. Bray has seen that in his research too.
African Americans.
What specific charges when you locking these people up for marijuana? Simply just sitting at a bus stop or simply in your car for marijuana charges? Because in your car for marijuana charges is against the law in all 50 states, bro. What, just coming up in somebody's house and they was fighting and you smell marijuana and they got a marijuana charge too? I want to hear and see some of these specific charges, and I need to be bringing it to the forefront so people can understand. If y'all want to get laws changed, that's all you gotta do. They do a half-ass job by going to these news and do these news coverage, but then they don't get into depth to make people understand. You want these people to go out and vote, but half the stuff that y'all talk about, they don't get. Get to the main facts of what it is and what the problem is, and tell the people what the problem is and what the solution is so y'all can work on that. Oh no, see, not if we get 102 crimes, we still be able to smoke weed, but it's still criminal. It's still that just gave me a headache even thinking about it, bro.
And other people of color may be 4 to 5 times as likely to be arrested for marijuana possession. So decriminalization lowers those effects.
And organizers say it's important to note that they are not trying to legalize marijuana possession in Dallas.
Wow. Keywords right there. Let me rewind it so y'all heard this one more time.
It's important to note that they are not trying to legalize marijuana possession in Dallas. That would have to be done at the state level. They are seeking to decriminalize marijuana possession.
So they're acting like Oregon. Fuck it, we're going to be just like Oregon and try to decriminalize it. We're not going to try to take it off the shelf. We're not going to try to do this. That's so... I don't know. That's so bunk to me, bro. That's really, really not answering the solution. Well, not answering the problem. I say answering the solution. That's not answering the problem. Not in my eyes. It's like you're putting a Band-Aid over somebody that's bleeding out. That's not helping the blood from stop running. Go to the hospital. You need to sew that up. You need to put a whole handkerchief around your arm to help stop the bleeding. Stuff in that nature, in that format, I can get with. But just decriminalize, and so everybody gonna be trying to move there and where you at, and then you're gonna be flooded with people, not enough jobs, and that's what's gonna happen next. Then you really gonna be mad. You're gonna be upset, Dun, 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 dun. Let me look up, see what else we got. I thought we had another one in a pot. We just shine. Oh shit, y'all. We got one in Kentucky. We got one in Kentucky. Now I don't think I ever covered Kentucky, so this is gonna shout out to Kentucky. Hey man, somebody tell Kentucky, man, we looking them up. We looking them up too. I should write down all the states that I covered. I know it's like 26 states that all have marijuana laws, but not everybody cover marijuana laws and stuff pop up like that. Let me get a quick shout out to my YouTube, my Facebook, and my X people. Hey, X has been holding it down. Rumble, y'all been holding it down too. Y'all been holding it down. Everybody been holding it down. I appreciate the small family that I have been building in these last couple of weeks. Also, give a quick shout out to my sponsor. Let's knock this on out real quick. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you see up here in the top, the QR code is up there. The QR code does work. This is for adults. This has always been an adult channel. So, I do have my sponsor have a website with it. We sell adult talk. We also sell bongs too. And we've been looking to promote a little bit better and a little bit more to push our brand. So if you've seen some of my pages, I've been pushing out the brand and stuff like that. Yo. So I've been pushing out the brand. So this is a little commercial. It's not the best commercial. I do got another one I do got to upload, but this is the commercial I like to present. Just to give y'all ideas of the things that we are selling on the website. And like I said, the QR code is up there. I got to learn how to point. It's up there. It does work. Check it out. Pause, screenshot it if you need to. And check this out, y'all. I hope it's interesting, and I do hope y'all like it. I'm nervous. I kind of made this myself. Now that was just like that was the actual commercial, but it's more like a teaser commercial because I wasn't sure. I do got to upload the actual full version to actually look right. Oops. That will be. I will be playing that more, giving out sponsors. I do have another sponsor that is coming real soon. Oh, I actually got to read that email when I get off live, and so I can put their commercial together too and work on them. It's an energy drink, y'all. So just to let y'all know, the other sponsor is an energy drink. So as you see, I got toast for the adults. I got energy drinks as a couple of sponsors. Let you know that this page is actually growing. This page is actually growing. That is what's up, man. Burn Live, y'all. Cannabis conservative family, dog. I highly appreciate it. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into our next story, okay? Remember, marijuana stories, dog. We finna talk about Kentucky. Kentucky and a marijuana story. I just, I can't believe it. Let's get into this.
More people could qualify for medical marijuana if Governor Andy Beshear gets his way.
WDRB's Christy Batista tells us about new regulations and who could be impacted.
Places like 502 Hemp are happy about the possibility of new regulations when it comes to medical marijuana, especially the push to expand the list of illnesses.
I'm sorry, but all of those people need to be able to use medical marijuana.
Dee Dee Taylor owns 502 Hemp in Blue Ridge Manor.
You can still get a good THC product, just legal.
Her products have less than 0.3% of Delta-9 THC, which allows her to have the store. She's been an advocate for medical marijuana since the beginning.
My husband suffers from seizures, and cannabis literally saved his life.
He went from having 2 to 4 seizures a month to about 2 seizures a year. Before, he was taking 28 different pills a day.
Once I saw how much it was helping him and we got him off those medications and he strictly just did cannabis products and CBD products, a very high milligram of CBD, he went asymptomatic for 5 years.
Governor Andy Beshear announced Thursday that he filed 10 new regulations, including pushing the General Assembly to expand the list of qualifying conditions. The ones you see in green would be added.
I think it's going to be beneficial for the Kentuckian patients that need it. I think it is a giant step forward, and I'm hoping that the Assembly will be able to take that into consideration and get that passed.
The governor says if passed, more than 437,000 additional Kentuckians would qualify. The team has also launched a business zoning tool, which can be found online. Businesses cannot open within 1,000 feet of a school, daycare, or other education facility.
Okay, that's cool, but y'all selling. I want to get this right. Ladies and gentlemen. They are selling 0.3% of THC. What in the life written sentences is this? Okay. You deserve to grow. It's been. I mean, who are we curing though? Who are we curing? Who are we actually curing at 3% THC level? Like, okay. Look, you see me like, okay. Y'all know people are gonna be getting that and be like, I'm not getting high at all, and they're still gonna be getting street products. They still gonna be buying from the streets, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm looking at this like. Why does it still seem like they're still gonna be buying from the streets? I mean, you trying. I hope that it helps those that it helps, but when people are really got back pains and neck pains and pain like that, and they really want to smoke and go to sleep, they're gonna be knocking out that whole jar of gummies and probably coming back to get another one just so they can get the right dosage to go to sleep. Okay, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm not a scientist, but sheesh, help these people out. Help them out. Help them out.
Ultimately, this program is about providing health care. It's about providing relief to Kentuckians with severe medical conditions.
It's so beneficial to all of Kentuckians.
Medical marijuana goes into effect next January. With photojournalist Greg Shapker, Christy Batista, WDRB News.
Ever since I started using StreamYard, I promise you, they commercials come up. I'm like, I'm not gonna advertise y'all. I ain't give me no promotion deal. They're not giving me a promotion deal. I'm not doing it. No, ladies and gentlemen. You can't get me, as they say. Do y'all ever like looking at those old videos and movies and stuff about weed and stuff?
We must wage total war.
Oh yeah, see stuff like this. Do y'all like looking at stuff like this when it comes to weed? And like little stories? Let's rewind that real quick.
We must wage total war against public enemy number one, the problem of dangerous drugs.
In 1971, the penalties for pot equaled heroin under the Federal Controlled Substances Act.
This plant can...
Pot equals heroin. That's because, for one, and what they don't be telling you on here and stuff like that, y'all, is everything was military trained to. I know, black folks like, man, they put the motherfucking cocaine in the hood, destroy us. I'm like, okay, man, whatever. Y'all still chose to do it. They put that same drug in the hood. They gave it to the damn only people.
And do so much for society if we allow it.
It interferes with your short-term memory.
What kept it from happening is the government propaganda was strong.
Just say no.
But today,
man, them folks didn't know how to make no money off of that shit. I just want to show that little small little part because they had the little old school. I always like looking at the little old school. I always like looking at the little old school. I'm seeing cannabis news, y'all, but some of this stuff is like from 2 years ago. And I do not like going back from 2 years ago looking up cannabis news for y'all. I just don't. It's like, it can't help us now. Now, it might be like looking back on something like Don't Forget. And I understand. And I'm with you if it's on a Don't Forget. Don't forget this happened. Don't forget that happened. Uh-oh, I think I got another Missouri one. Boom. I can't wait to get my computer fixed so maybe I can play some games with you and guys.
Two proposals to add marijuana to the workers'
y'all watch me do that whole
law, which outlines a drug-free workplace. Rebecca Rivas is following this story for the Missouri Independent News Service, and she joins us from St. Louis right now. Welcome, Rebecca. So nice to have you.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
All righty. Right now, what happens if a worker tests positive for marijuana after an on-the-job injury?
So right now, what the state law says is that there is a possibility that you could lose 50% of your compensation as well as your death benefit. That would still be up to the judge or the courts, but it says that that is possible.
Could you also lose your job?
Well, I imagine, that's a whole nother set of laws that I think.
All right. Okay. Well,
there's even less, they can pretty much fire you for anything in Missouri, I think. But yes, I think.
I was finna stand up here and do my closer like quit playing, man. They firing you over marijuana in St. Louis, Missouri. It's a right to hire, right to fire state. Nigga, you smell wrong. I thought I seen a leaf in your sock. You at a restaurant. You fired. That's why people don't like the news, mainstream media and stuff like that. She want to dance around it and joke around and play with it. No, keep it real. Tell these people how it is. That's what people want to hear. People want to hear how it is. Keep it real. Made me mad almost.
All right, well, we'll steer back to this now. What is the worry if the federal government would legalize marijuana on workers' comp cases in Missouri?
Yeah, so currently, after Missourians legalized marijuana, recreational marijuana, then it kind of put it in the same category as alcohol in this specific law that talks about workers' compensation. And so it was previously kind of lumped into controlled substances, and it is no longer a controlled substance. So what legislators two Republican legislators want to do is to add the word marijuana next to the word alcohol of things that you could, if you test positive for, lose 50% of your benefit. And in this particular provision.
Okay. No bullshit. Not finna lie to nobody. Finna do my little ugly close up. Did anybody know that you lose 50% of your benefits if you test positive for marijuana at your job? Did anybody know that? Do any job sit up here and explain that to you, that happens? Like that really, really happens to you when you doing that? When you test positive for marijuana? Because if you knew, okay, cool. Yet again, thumbs up. If you did know, like me, now we know. See, this is one of them videos, I guess 3 years later, when some other dumbass law, we got to go back to this video. Like, remember 3 years ago, we covered marijuana, and nigga, I don't think they should take half your benefits. That's crazy. I test positive for marijuana. I'm taking a drug. I even probably have a license to do it. And you're going to take half of my belongings and things. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm saying belongings and things because insurance, dental plan, all that stuff, that's crazy.
It wouldn't be if even if you test below the level of alcohol, being intoxicated for alcohol, you could still lose your benefit. So it's along that lines. It's not saying this person was impaired, or this person was intoxicated, because on that level, then you lose all of your benefit. So.
All right.
Yeah.
So sort out the differences in these two bills to add marijuana to workers' comp for us.
Yeah, so Sherry Gallick, her bill, it seemed to be more received in the committee hearing where they were discussing it, but it would exclude medical marijuana. So if there was somebody who had been prescribed for a condition and they were just, using their prescribed medication, they would be exempt from this law. But the other two, there's one, a Senate bill and another House bill, those do not exclude medical marijuana.
Okay, and both of these were written by a longtime workers' comp attorney, Bradley Young, who is in the St. Louis area where you are. What is his view if things change or why it should change?
Yes, so I think everybody's kind of looking at the federal level. There's a lot of conversations about what to do about marijuana now. Should we just schedule it to a Schedule 3 controlled substance? Should we just legalize it? And I think he's listening to these conversations and trying to urge legislators to move quickly now, even though they haven't made any moves. It would be a good preventative measure to make sure that if somebody was using marijuana on the job, and they were impaired, then they would lose this benefit. It wouldn't be, and I think that is the discussion that pretty much dominated the committee hearing was, how can you tell if somebody's impaired with marijuana? And also, the test for marijuana right now, it's just like, if you used it even a few days ago or a couple weeks ago, it still shows up on a test. But alcohol, it's more immediate. It's in your system right now. So that was pretty much the entire conversation, was trying to understand, well, if you want to add this to the law, how are you going to test for it? And I think there isn't a good answer to that right now. So I think that's where it got a lot of pushback.
Which leads to, does testing for marijuana, the actual test itself, have to change? Or need
And
to
I
change?
think, yeah, I think that is what they were saying. They were saying this, there's not the science right now, is what several of the Republican legislators were actually saying, was there's not the science right now to be able to test for it. And in a separate conversation I had with the attorney Bradley Young, he said he does have clients who have very expensive equipment to be able to test how much THC is in your system that same day. But he says it's a very large, it's like, you know, when computers were really big and then they got really small, he's like, he envisions it to be the same, you know, that eventually this technology will be smaller and also less expensive. And he, you know, it's hard to say when that would happen. I guess demand would kind of drive it, but within the next few years, maybe you could expect to have something like that happen. So that was not discussed at the meeting, though. So I think legislators were still left with, like, when is the science going to change? And nobody really had a good answer for that.
Let me throw one more question here before we let you go, Rebecca. This was in committee. Has it moved out of committee, or where are we now with these two bills?
Right. So right now it was just debated in committee. And so if it comes up again, then it would be up for either more questions and more debate, or it could go to a vote. And then once it leaves the committee, it would go to the full floor, and various steps along the way and more negotiations. So it probably will look a lot different at the end of the line, but I'll keep you updated as we watch this bill.
All righty, we'll keep in touch with that. We've been talking with Rebecca Rivas with the Missouri Independent News Service. You can find Rebecca and
slowly everybody wants to start looking towards a federal outcome, a federal look at what's going to happen with marijuana and how they're going to legalize it, which is cool. I have no problem with that. But do understand, the more and more the federals get involved with marijuana, is the more and more opportunity of the feds get inside your business. And there's already a lot of y'all that claims that you do not want the feds in your business. So if you don't want the feds in your business, how can you sit up here and say you want the feds to legalize marijuana? Meaning they're in your business, they're taxing, they're seeing how much is flowing, they know where it's coming from. Even though you're going to say, another argument, the feds already know about weed, but they're not gotten their hands on it. The cartel got their hands on it at least. If you want to point your fingers at anybody, at least you can say the cartel got it. The cartel. What the hell? I need the math. All right, y'all. To slither on over into marijuana news / politics just a little bit. I heard this. I wasn't sure if it was true. And then I just I just so happened to see a story about this, and I was like, oh shit. So, like, y'all just seen we talked about weed and marijuana and laws and all that good stuff, right? What happens when the biggest weed pothead that you know hook up with that man right there? Teflon Don Trumbuton. Huh? What do y'all think when y'all see a picture like this? What in the hell is going on when you see a picture like this? I know what y'all thinking. This is probably old. What if I tell you this news came out today? Literally today. This is today's news. y'all. Let's get into it. You're not gonna believe what you're gonna hear. Yeah.
Snoop Dogg's squashing his years-long beef with Donald Trump. In the past, the rap star has been straight up nasty to the former president and his supporters. And at one point, Snoop pointed a fake gun at a clown version of Trump for one of his music videos. But Snoop's now taking the high road. The rapper jumping on the Trump train after the former president tossed a pardon to one of the Dog father's friends, saying, quote, "I have nothing but love and respect for Donald Trump." All right, Jessica, I see you, Taylor Swift, and I raise you, Snoop.
Honestly, I don't know what we're going to do when Donald Trump wins the black vote because of this.
Greg, your thoughts on the Snoop endorsement? How significant is this?
But I do remember pointing a gun at a clown version of you, and then it turned out it was you.
Thank you.
The point is it's not that Trump is gaining supporters. It's that the Dems are losing allies and ground. All Trump has to do is stay where he is, and the rest of America will catch up to him. Suddenly, the crass and arrogant American dad isn't so bad after all. It also shows you that a lot of politics is local and decentralized. It's defined best on how it affects you personally. So the issue affects Snoop because it's personal, and it addresses his own safety and...
I would like to take the time out and say, I blame podcasts. I blame people to sit up here and discuss things for people like Snoop Dogg to come out and admit the truth. Man, people can't hide. You can't hide no more because you got to get out here on somebody's rich ass podcast and sit there and discuss a story, and they're gonna hit you with all type of stories and questions and things, and they know what you do because they're gonna do their little research. So Snoop or Trump endorsing, well, not Trump endorsing, but Trump getting old boy dude off of penitentiary, and then Snoop endorsed him. Of course he was gonna endorse him. Snoop probably didn't have no problem with Trump. On my mama, Snoop probably didn't have no problems with Trump. It was just he was in the hood. He had to keep it real for the hood. But then, is that keeping it real for the hood? Is that keeping it real for the hood, mate? Is he throwing up the dub now that he's repping Trump? Or is he false flagging something else and repping something else and doing something else? How can y'all see that? What is the look? What is the applications
Recordings.
Of this move? So black folks used to be Republicans, then they went all Democrat, and now Trump is finna put on the wave, and they finna reverse it. Okay. Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, not only is we gonna stay in the rap game, but somebody who ain't bust a rap, ain't bust a lyric, ain't bust a grape in a long time has busted a flow. Ben Shapiro from the Daily Wire show, a conservative show, which you got people, and you're going to see in the video, and shout out to Black Conservative for this video, putting this video together. I think this is a well put together video. But I just wanted to show y'all, not only Snoop getting down with the Conservative Party, Dave Chappelle has stepped into the black community. Now, Dave Chappelle is getting ridiculed, getting knocked down, getting knocked, boo, and blah, blah, blah. What are y'all going to say about Snoop with Trump? Why? Like y'all say, white supremacists, Trump white supremacists, Ben Shapiro white supremacists, Capiche a white supremacist. I heard people call me so I don't care. But now, ladies and gentlemen, you got things that looking like this is getting scary out here. Huh? What y'all gonna do? What you gonna do when it comes for you? Conservative. What you gonna do? I think somebody knows because they coming for you. Let's get into this.
No, I just dropped a brand new music video with Ben Shapiro. Yeah, Ben Shapiro is rapping in the video. It was on TMZ, they hate it. Nicki Minaj is tweeting about it, and it's got almost 3 million views in 24 hours. We need you. We are trying to pull off the biggest troll on the music industry ever. And the music industry is gonna hate this. We're trying to get Ben his first #1 rap song on the Billboard charts. And we need you guys. If you're seeing this right now, head to iTunes, head to Amazon, and download Facts. It's just me and Ben and all of you guys. So if you want to help us make hip hop history and do a legendary troll on the music industry, head to iTunes, head to Amazon, and download Facts by Tom MacDonald and Ben Shapiro. This is going to go down in history as one of the greatest trolls ever. To everybody out there who decides to help and be part of it, me and Ben appreciate the heck out of you guys. Head to iTunes, head to Amazon, download Facts. Love y'all. Let's go.
Yes, the rap is terrible. The rap is horrible. Okay, he's already criticized rap before. He criticized WAP or WAP, as he says. Don't be a WAP. This is the whitest way to say WAP. And look who co-signed it. Self-sabotage Minaj. Okay, this is how you know Nicki Minaj's career is over. When you start going extra conservative, because you know that's the only place people will like you. Like, that's a comedian move right there. When rappers are doing it, that's...
I want to find this dude right here and be like, bro, are you a Democrat? He gonna be like, yeah. I'm like, so you like Jim Crow? Y'all, when y'all see this guy on my page, when y'all see people that talk like that, every black person that's a Democrat voted for Jim Crow. They are Jim Crow lovers. So that's why I'm gonna start calling Democrats, you Jim Crow lover. If you're a Democrat, you're a Jim Crow lover. Like it or not, argue or not, when it's all said and done, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, at the bottom, guess what? Jim Crow came through the Democratic Party, so you're a Jim Crow lover. Facts.
It's bad. Because everybody likes rap. Obviously. Okay, so the video is the
I don't like rap.
talking points that he always makes. It's just in a rap over a beat very badly. And it sucks because you're just like, I shouldn't talk about this because the only reason he did it so people will talk about it. But at the same time, it's like, who's not going to talk about one of the worst raps of all time? People are so annoying because like they make money off of criticizing black culture. Now he's making money off of imitating black culture and criticizing black culture.
All right, guys, so it's another day, which means that we have to talk about, yet again, another liberal meltdown because they're always mad and upset about something, okay? And sometimes they're mad and upset about the silliest things, right? And this one right here is extremely silly, okay? Because I'm not sure if you guys have heard, but Ben Shapiro and Tom MacDonald have one of the #1 songs in the country, if not the #1 song in the country, as they made a song called Facts. Now, I'm going to play a snippet of the song, and I hope that I don't have to cut the snippet of the song out because of a copyright claim. Please don't copyright claim this video, Mr. Tom MacDonald and your team, because I would react to a lot more Tom MacDonald videos. You know, they proud of city. And Minaj had to say about it. And what she had to say is causing a whole lot of controversy because the woke revolutionaries don't like Nicki Minaj congratulating Ben Shapiro. So let's read here. Nicki Minaj sent her regards to conservative commentator Ben Shapiro for his MAGA rap track hitting #1 on the U.S. iTunes chart on Saturday. Yeah, so this is from the Daily Beast, and you already know that the Daily Beast has no idea what they're talking about because they're calling Ben Shapiro MAGA, right? I'm not sure if I would characterize Ben Shapiro as MAGA, but again, this is what
For people that don't know who Dave Chappelle is, I have to back him up on that too. They definitely for sure. And I watch a lot of Ben Chappelle's content. He's definitely not a mega. 100% definitely not a mega. The dude actually wants Trump locked up in jail. And yes, he is a conservative, 100% a conservative, but definitely 100% wants Trump locked up. Just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. Did I just do that?
To it, Ben Shapiro, not bad. Congrats on number one, but it tweeted this. So congratulating Ben Shapiro. So let's read here. Nicki Minaj sent her regards to conservative commentator Ben Shapiro for his MAGA rap track hitting number one on the U.S. iTunes chart on Saturday. Yeah, so this is from the Daily Beast, and you already know that the Daily Beast has no idea what they're talking about because they're calling Ben Shapiro MAGA, right? I'm not sure if I would characterize Ben Shapiro as MAGA, but again, this is what the Daily Beast is writing here. Minaj tweeted, quote, "I just listened to it, Ben Shapiro, not bad. Congrats on number one, but it def sounds like Roman's Revenge. When the beat first came in, I don't know. With a fair amount of implied side eye as she compared the song similarities to her own 2010 hit." Now, here's the thing. Nicki Minaj is an interesting figure when it comes to politics because she has had some run-ins with conservatives, positive and negative. Like, for example, when she asked questions about the vaccine and potential side effects of the vaccine, the mainstream liberal media got upset with her for questioning the vaccine, and conservatives praised her for questioning the vaccine. Like, for example, you had Joy Reid. She was having a full-blown meltdown over Nicki Minaj questioning the vaccine.
But the worst part of all this, honestly, is not even the personal attacks. The worst part is who is enjoying this so much. People like white nationalist, curious Viktor Orban enthusiast, and no friend of hip hop.
White nationalist. So they don't like saying white supremacists no more because that's over the top. But white nationalists, that's just a cleaner way to say white supremacists, KKK, and all them guys, and Nazi lovers.
Or non-white people, period, Tuckums Carlson. Nicki Minaj endorsed this clip of his yesterday where he praises her for, quote, enraging the political class. And when people responded that she might not want to be associated with a white nationalist, she essentially gave in to the right's favorite talking point that somehow celebrities are not allowed to agree with Republicans. She also tweeted, you know how many U.S. presidents were white supremacists? Well, yes, we do. A whole lot of them.
And this was, remember, y'all, like you said, this was over a vaccination where everybody around her questioned the vaccination. So don't forget that vaccination, we was tripping off of this.
But what people like Tuckums and the Ben Shapiros and other right-wing bomb throwers want is not Nicki Minaj to have free speech. What they want is a vehicle to drag as many of her fans into their anti-vax camp as they can. They need and crave authentic members of the culture, hip-hop culture. Let's just be clear. They look down on that culture and hate that culture and would never, ever, ever support someone like Nicki Minaj other than to pull her onto their team.
Even though Joy Reid was questioning the vaccine when Trump was president because she didn't want to take the Trump vaccine, right? It's amazing how that works. The liberals did not like the vaccine when Trump was in office. And then when he left office, all of a sudden they loved the vaccine, right? Tells you everything you need to know about these people. But Nicki Minaj have also had some run-ins with conservatives, like, for example, Ben Shapiro in the past. So again, Nicki Minaj has kind of been on both sides of the aisle, right? From a political perspective, okay? I mean, she's the same individual that once rapped, "I'm a Republican voting for Mitt Romney because you lazy B words are effing up the economy," right? Which, hey, I think there's some truth to those lyrics. I mean, specifically the second part, you lazy B words are effing up the economy, okay? Yeah, and that's why I vote Republican, okay? Because, I want people to work, right? And I think laziness is an issue.
I'm going to say this nobody is spitting bars like Nicki Minaj. Nobody. I can actually think of one other person, to be honest, to be like so 100. There is one other person, and I don't want to speak of them because they are part of the woke agenda. And I don't want to see them two go against each other. I think they used to battle each other a long time ago. But yeah, other than that, other than them two people, nobody touching Nicki. Stop playing. You put any of them females on stage with Nicki Minaj and they do a versus, which I know is dead and gone. Stop playing. Over.
Issue in our country. Okay, I think it's a big issue. I think it's a huge issue. So with that being said, Nicki Minaj did follow up with another tweet about this situation. Apparently, one tweet was not enough for Minaj, as she followed up minutes later with another bewildered emoji pepper response. Quote, "What is really happening and who is that other man rapping? Is this real life?" He said, "Nicki, take notes." Nah. Okay, so Ben Shapiro, in this record here, was taking shots at Nicki Minaj. With that being said, we got to talk about some of the outrage here from the left, okay, as they took to the internet, TikTok, of course, to express their outrage over Nicki Minaj.
Now, remember what I say, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to stand on this. Well, let me do my little ugly close-up face real quick. Let me do my ugly close-up face. TikTok are a bunch of Karens. Everybody on there that's a detective that do they so-called crime work and whatever, you are a bunch of Karens. I am calling it out. I'm not afraid to take on one of you damn Karens, because that's all you are, TikTokers. You're Karens. Okay? I had to really say that. For real. Fucking Karens.
Congratulating Ben Shapiro, who they claim is a white supremacist, for having a rap song that has surpassed hers on the iTunes charts. And you're going to hear some of the lyrics from Ben Shapiro if there's no copyright claim on this video. Take a look.
Nicki Minaj supporting Ben Shapiro's first rap song has to be the worst thing I've ever seen for hip-hop culture. I'll just play a clip of that song, bro.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a whack. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You going to prison. I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. And I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nicki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people, download this. Let's get a Billboard #1. This ain't...
Looks like you won.
Yeah, did he just bust it?
Shapiro supporters being like, you're just trying to act woke. You don't know what he was talking about. No, that verse was just terrible. And I'm talking about from bars to structure to cadence to...
Anybody want to tell me, is this a white boy trying to tell how another white boy how to rap? Huh? I'ma say it. I know y'all was thinking it. I didn't make this video. Shout out to the person that made this video. Black conservative. Y'all see him right down here. But I'm just saying, and I understand why he made this video, but I'm saying, hey, you're a little too, what do black people say? Pale. Just try to speak about the black culture. Your hair not nappy enough, son. I don't see no roots. I see nothing but good hair. That's why he had to put on that I don't know what type of hat that is. I'm sorry I'm not with the black culture if that's a black culture hat. That dude look like he lived in the suburbs on top of the suburbs. He lived inside a gated fence with another fence inside a gated fence. That's how clean, white, fresh cut he is. It look like he's finna go to a bar mitzvah right after this. On me.
Flow, it was just not good at all. And the fact that one of the best rappers of all time, one of the most prolific female artists of all time, is backing this is crazy, bro. Like, why are we even giving this peace of mind? Why are we even tolerating what is going on here? She also got dissed in the song. She's doing more against Megan.
And now she's co-signing Ben Shapiro, who's this like white supremacist on the internet. He put out, I hate the fact that rap has been hijacked by a bunch of white supremacists. They can just use it whenever they want. He put out some awful ass song. Please don't listen to it because it's so bad. And he responded to her laughing at the song the crappy song she put out about Meg Thee Stallion. And then this is her response to all of that. This man is a literal white supremacist. All he talks about is racist bullshit. All he spews is racism. Just because this person agreed with you, you're gonna make him, you're gonna give your base, not even your base, your fans, access to him because he agreed with you, because nobody else seems to be. Nobody's calling you, congratulating you about that, the weak ass song you put out and your weak ass attitude. You're literally.
This is what I be talking about with all these damn fucking Karens all over fucking the internet, bruh. TikTok people are a bunch of Karens. That's all they are a bunch of Karens. Dave Chappelle put out a song, man, he killing the charts. A lot of people are going to be talking about it. If it's whack, it's whack. Well, if it's whack, it's whack. You're still going to be listening to it because it's music, baby. But the thing about that song that y'all need to pay attention if you go listen to it is it's the truth. It's the truth. Oh, snap. See, I knew once I played.
If you want to get rappers to use your beats,
what's guy gonna play about? I gotta hear what somebody else is talking about it because it's gonna be funny, y'all. You gotta have some sense of humor in this political world and time like that. I know times right now don't look like anything, but hell. It is what it is. Not only that, man, they even got a video to this shit. They even got a video. Like, number one, we shot a video. We did everything I said.
I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo. My pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a whack. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison. I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are.
Stop it, Ben Shapiro.
He said, y'all going to jail on my television, man. Y'all don't know who y'all are. Interesting. I just want to hear what he got to say.
I thought it was amazing. Now, let me tell you what I like about it. I think Ben Shapiro is obviously an intellect. I think it's time for conservatives to start branching out like this. It is absolutely brilliant for Ben Shapiro to start rapping. Why wouldn't he? What would it hurt? Number one on the charts, from what I heard. Number one on the charts. I haven't heard this song yet. I heard a clip of Ben Shapiro rapping, and I'm not going to lie. I don't know if somebody helped him write his rap, but his rap actually had some flow to it. He ain't got the swag like a rapper, but he actually has some flow. His famous quote, he should probably put it on the shirt. Maybe I put it on the shirt before he put it on the shirt. It's a yarmulke, no cap. I almost died. I almost had a seizure when I heard Ben Shapiro say that. A yarmulke, no cap. What? Who told him to say that? But anyway, we're going to play this together because people have been begging me to do a reaction to this video. And no shade against Ben Shapiro, man. I think it was great that he branched out and did this. Everybody else too scared to do it. Roll the clip. And y'all, first of all, y'all know who Tom McDonald is. Tom McDonald, this is what he does. He make viral music. And I always hate the hooks that he make, but his raps are always good. But the choruses are always weird to me. But people love his music, and he, you know, I know he probably mad that I say that when I do say it, but it is what it is. His stuff is viral, it's effective, but he got to work on them hooks, man. Roll it.
They call me offensive, controversial. It's only two genders, boys and girls. They can't cancel my message because I'm the biggest independent rapper in the whole freaking world. Think that I'm racist, yeah, alright. I'm not ashamed because I'm white. If every Caucasian's a bigot, I guess every Muslim's a terrorist. Every liberal is right. I don't want to talk to folks who don't get it. Go woke, go broke, no hope, it's pathetic. Pro-choice, pronouns, pro-love, you're progressive. But you ain't pro-gun, no one to protect it. Where the American flags at? Remember when people would hang those? They've been taken down, they all been replaced with BLM flags or a rainbow. This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes. We ain't selling drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns, ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes. I don't care if I offend.
I want to hear Ben Shapiro, bro.
You can cry, you can scream, you can riot in the streets. You defunded the police, now there's no one to protect you. I hope I offend you. I ask myself.
I tell you, the course is always like, it's just, I just don't like them that much.
Let's just keep it real, bang.
What they call him? What they call him, Nick? Jupac Shakur. Jupac Shakur. Jupac Shakur.
For real? Jupac? Oh my God.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison. I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. And I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nikki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people, download this. Let's get a Billboard #1.
This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes.
Nah, man, I ain't.
I don't know, y'all. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's good or bad, bad or good, but it is a song and it's taking over the world, and people are looking up, man. People are looking up. That's funny, bro. Dave Chappelle had to bust a rap. Charleston White had to get ignorant to speak to black folks, so you know these making moves like this, I feel like is a good thing, and you need to be bold and take chances, and I feel like that's what I'm trying to do by taking chances, by branching out and keeping these videos alive and keep talking and keeping my goals up. I always wanted to get into podcasts, but I always wanted to do this for the marijuana industry. People have always told me that marijuana and politics don't go together, and I'm like, that's a bunch of bullshit. I want to make a group. I want to make a family force. So that's why, and I think I need to go rebrand, especially my page on Rumble, but Burn Live Cannabis Conservatives. And I feel like that's what we are, because this is what I do. I burn live. That's my job. And I am a cannabis conservative. I want to talk about the things that matter. I always want to talk about taxes and show tax, and everything that I show may not be actually taxes, but things that I show always affect us some shape, some form, somehow. That video going viral, you're like, how does it affect us? Capiche? It affects us because if that viral takes better than some of the awful, horrible rap songs that are putting out here, that means that you can actually play good songs out there for your kids and not have your kids out there twerking. Yet again, to my black communities, you do not see that in white communities. People having their kids out there twerking and listening to home good songs and stuff like that. The shit is crazy that you would hear, and the things that you hear on the radio and be like, okay, we got to play that on rap song. And then you got people like Charlemagne that's been in the industry that's not talking about that. You don't hear him complain about the awful music that he listened to, and I think he got girls. You don't hear that. but you don't hear nobody call it. Well, only person you hear call him out is Charleston White. Charleston White call out anybody and everybody. I think this is what needs to happen. This is the movement, and this is the plan, bros. It may be a little bit fatal. It may be a hard road to get ourselves into, but it's a necessary road that we need to get ourselves into. Quit ignoring what's coming. Yet again, I'm going to say it. Quit ignoring what's coming. That's not a good look. All right. Now, for once, I think I covered just about everything except for one more subject. This subject is always some of the hardest subjects to cover and talk about, but it must be talked about. It must be looked over because this is the number one thing on everybody's mind. This is always what we are looking at. And I guess I don't want to start off with his video. I had another video, y'all. We're going to talk about the immigrants and the border crisis and the thing that is going on. That's what I wanted to talk about. And all of a sudden, I don't have a video. There we go. Actually,
it's time to get rid of your old car.
Actually, I got 2 or 3 of them for y'all. Now, I was just in the wrong area. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not understanding, if you're not getting the concept in your mind and your thoughts and your soul, this is what's going on. This is real. This is real, son. Can we keep it real? This is real, son. Keep it real, son. Can we keep it real, son? Can we keep it real?
The federal government in Texas over how to handle the influx of migrants at the U.S.-Mexico border. This week, a group of self-proclaimed patriots is planning a peaceful rally in what organizers are calling the Take Our Border Back convoy. According to its website, the convoy have called themselves God's Army and are calling on active and retired law enforcement, military, veterans, elected officials, and other law-abiding, freedom-loving Americans to join the cause.
These people are committed to a peaceful demonstration that we've had enough. The American people have had enough.
Last week on Fox Business, Republican Congressman Keith Self of Texas said he supports the group, which plans to leave Monday from Virginia Beach and head south to Jacksonville, Florida, before making several stops along the border. On February 3rd, the group plans to split up for 3 separate rallies in Eagle Pass, Texas, Yuma, Arizona, and San Ysidro, California. Convoy leaders telling Vice News they want to, quote, shed light on the obvious dangers posed by wide-open southern borders. It comes amid a feud between Texas Governor Greg Abbott and the Biden White House over border enforcement measures.
It's unfortunate that there is a governor in Texas, Governor Abbott, who has politicized this issue of what's happening on the border. And it's not making people's lives safer. It's actually making it harder for law enforcement at the border to do their job.
Over the weekend, Governor Abbott vowing the fight is not over after the Supreme Court voted 5-4 last week in favor of the federal government's power to remove razor wire installed at Abbott's direction along stretches of the border in Texas. Former President Donald Trump over the weekend in Las Vegas commenting on the situation.
When I'm president, instead of trying to send Texas a restraining order, I will send them reinforcements.
Texas now receiving support from Republican governors of 25 states. Trump calling for those governors to take it one step further and send their National Guard troops to Texas in support of Governor Abbott's efforts to secure the border. Mara Siriani, Scripps News.
Well, that is.
I might feel some type of way, but damn it, I want safe streets everywhere. I want a safe border everywhere. If other countries are safe, if there are a threat of a war popping off, but there are threats, there are little small little CIA, FBI little things that's going out. Yes, there are. I'm telling you. Okay. I don't know how what the plan and how slow and how terrifying and how many people they're going to stop, but it is happening. We have to be careful. All right. Cause everybody's not for the streets. Let's see what they got going on in Chicago. For real, man. I'm so glad this border thing is really happening like it's happening. I may think I'm crazy, but I'm happy. For people that don't care, I'm glad you don't care. Because the people that do care are making sure that you sleep safe at night. That's how I look at that. Let's see what they're talking about up here in Chicago.
We feel about border security is widespread in the American public, whether it's north, south, east, west. All of America is concerned about the border, and rightly.
I think President Biden knows he's in trouble, and Democrats know they're in trouble for the open border policies of the last 3 years. It's been an unmitigated disaster.
President Biden's border crisis firing up both sides of the aisle. Brand new drone footage from our team in Eagle Pass shows dozens of migrants climbing shipping containers and crossing into the U.S. Groups like these are processed and released to travel all over the country. I mean, all the way in Boston, migrants are now camping out on the floors of the airport there. And in Chicago, city officials are stripping neighborhoods and taxpayers of resources to make room for migrants. Let's bring in now Andre Smith. He's a minister and the CEO of Chicago Against Violence. He's also a Democrat and fighting his city and fighting for his city, we should say. Andre, welcome to you and thanks for joining us.
All right, thank you so much for allowing your viewers to tune into Chicago, into this crisis that we're facing.
Well, we are deeply vested in covering this. Our audience is as well. And when we see, like in New Hampshire last night, the presidential GOP primary, immigration top of the list, concerns for voters in New Hampshire, you realize how this is spread all over the country. Now, you were willing to get arrested for a situation right there in your neighborhood. What happened? They were busing migrants into your neighborhood and dropping them off at a school that was abandoned because you didn't even have enough resources to keep it open for the kids in your town. Tell us about it.
Well, in the community that I was born in, which is called Woodlawn, in the city of Chicago, I did get arrested. I heard that they were bringing the migrants in on a bus, CTA bus, that was paid by the taxpayers' money. And on the top of the bus, it said, "My kind of town." So I stood in front of the bus and I refused for the illegal migrants to get into the Wadsworth School, the school in our community that, our kids went to, but now they was told that they cannot go to the schools because of lack of funding, and a lot of schools closed because of lack of funding. And how do you think those children feel now that they're driving past or walking past the schools that they was rejected from, now migrants are living in?
Well, how should people feel about that? I mean, you're saying basically that the policies that are being enacted, they're working completely against your communities. The black communities in Chicago are taking.
I just want y'all to hear, taxpayer money can't go raising for a school. But yet again, they're going to say systemic racism when who runs the city of Chicago? A black mayor who stopped the funds. I just want people to see that. Just want people to see that.
Taking the biggest hit.
Well, you have to look at it like this. We are a nation of laws. And if we're a nation of laws, every person that enter into our state or into our nation, our county, our country, our city, they have to follow the law. You can't break the law, come in because someone decides to wake up and call a state, a county, or a city sanctuary. Sanctuary city, sanctuary state. There's a law that has to be passed. And that's why we have the issues that we are facing now, massive destructions in cities, facing sanctuary cities that buses are coming through.
Andre, this is just some of what we're hearing from residents there about this migrant crisis and what it's doing to your communities.
Tell me about your new neighbors. They're black.
There's just something real strange about her, you know?
There she is.
Y'all are gonna start saying, I can't believe this. I gotta find a way to take this up off. I do not ever want to see this on my screen again, bro. I know it's gotta be a way I can take that down. I know they pay for that sponsor, but that sickens
should not
me.
be on the backs of the people
That sickens
here
me
and
to see
draining
that.
our resources. I see a lot of wasted money because there's no structure.
You've never had a time where Southsiders,
Hey.
Westsiders, and now Northsiders have come together to unite under one issue.
Yet, this is the mayor, Brandon Johnson, of your city. This is how he's responding to that criticism. Listen.
My administration has responded to this humanitarian mission with the full force of government. You know, what Governor Abbott is doing is, quite frankly, it's reckless. Sending buses all over the state of Illinois and all over the country is reckless and, quite frankly, is dangerous.
You talk about we're a country of laws. He's blaming the Texas governor for this crisis, who's trying to enforce the laws. Who do you blame for this country, for this crisis? You're a Democrat.
Well, I don't live in Texas. I live in Chicago. And I blame Brandon Johnson for continuing to silence the people, the registered voters, and not allowing us to vote whether we want a sanctuary city or not, and telling people that there's more than enough when there's clearly not enough. This is a disaster. And that's why he's facing panic attacks as we speak. You know, he's going in and out of the hospital because he bit more off than he can chew. So when I become the next state rep, I'm going to make sure that we recall the mayor.
Are you running as a Democrat?
I live in a Democratic city, Democratic state, and I'm running as a Democrat. And, you know, the thing about it is that we got to recall the mayor. We got to give the voters the right when things are going wrong to be able to
I'm in a Democratic state, knowing that if you feel like it's a Republican move shift, that you won't do it. It needs to happen. It needs to happen. I had to calm down, y'all. I was about to get hyped.
to call them back.
Yeah. Andre, by the way, what's the building behind you there? That's part of the story, right?
Yeah, this building behind me is called Near South Health Clinic. This is a clinic where...
Time out. Everybody that's watching. Y'all see all that cold air coming off that man's breath. You see how cold it is? He out there in that suit. It's cold out there. It's cold out there. We had, but I guess you're Chicagoan.
The unfortunate people that did not have insurance, could not afford, you know, good insurance, they went here. This was a free clinic for this community. The community that I'm in now is called Bronzeville, and it's closed. So the seniors that could not make it over to the Cook County Hospital 4 miles away, they went to this clinic. Now it was closed. Now migrants are there. So our parks, our schools, our clinics, and police stations have all become shelters for illegal migrants.
That is a harsh reality for so many there, I'm sure. And you're talking about the seniors who now can't get the medical care in that building behind you. Real quick, I want to finish up with this. These are the words of a Naperville councilman, Josh McBroom, on the migrant crisis. This is a suburb of Chicago, a western suburb. Listen here.
We do have a very affluent community, a lot of big homes, and what I'd like to do is direct staff to create a sign-up sheet. So, for individuals that would be willing to house migrant families. And if there's people that would do that, God bless them. So if we could raise awareness in that way, I think we need to find out. I think we need to find out who would be willing to house migrant families.
Now, Andre, that moment's gone viral. I picked up the phone and called him this morning and had a long chat with him. He said his words are being misconstrued. He said the right's coming after him, saying because people have money and big houses, they should have to shelter these migrants that are coming into their town. He said no. His point there is that people have yard signs, all are welcome. That we're a sanctuary town, we're a sanctuary city, state. Bring the migrants here, the migrants should be able to come. He said, well, okay, let's start a sign up. Sign up and have them come in. You have a big house. Naperville's a very affluent community, big homes, wealthy people. So it was a challenge to Democrats and to those who are putting those signs in their yards. Okay, well, instead of the taxpayers having to shoulder the burden, take them in your home. What did you think of that?
Well, I think that is someone that woke up and that had been in the streets of the city of Chicago and seen our homeless under violence and crime is at all-time high. You can't make illegal legal. No matter what you look, no matter how you do it.
Oh, did he say crime's at all-time high? Is that a black man talking bad about his home state? And so if y'all would have heard me talk bad about Chicago and say all them niggas up there need to be locked up that's doing crime, and I'm talking about locked up 15 or better, oh, okay. But it's at an all-time high. He stayed there. He lived there. He know there. He breathed there. He smelled the gunpowder in the air.
You can't make illegal legal. They came over here illegal. And as I stated before, we're a nation of laws. You must follow the laws. You can't put the burdens on the taxpayers by, we don't have the funds. We don't have the money.
Yeah.
And Brandon made this a national disaster.
Yeah, and it really, obviously, it had a very big impact on those who heard it directly from you. Your frustration with those schools that have been closed for kids in your community because there was no funding. Yet now they're housing migrants in those very schools that you were willing to.
Man, the crazy part is the person that's in power in this is a person that's going to the hospital that can't even maintain his health to even help y'all out. That's sad. That's scary. I'm just gonna keep it real and 100. That is sad. That's scary that this man is losing his health over this situation, and there's almost nothing that nobody can do because he done got himself into it. Now, somebody do need to step up. That black man need to run as a Republican, but he not. Y'all not. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all see it. This immigrant crisis is not going nowhere. Crisis. I don't know if y'all heard my pronunciation. Crisis is bad. Now, for any comic book fan, especially DC, they always talk about crisis on Infinite Earths, crisis on two Earths, but this is real crisis in a good 4 or 5 states across the United States of America. This is a real, true problem.
To be arrested for, and they're paying for them. They're paying for their laundry, their food, and other resources. We appreciate you joining us. We will follow up with you. Thank you, sir. And by the way, I also just want to mention that Naperville Councilman, Josh McBroom, he will be joining us live on this program tomorrow. We look forward to that.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here.
Hey, I can't wait to see that special with him talking. That stuff is going, man. I'm just glad that we are at least fighting up. We are waking up. Some people are waking up and want to stand up for what they believe in and not going to let these people run over them. I appreciate people doing that. And that is the right thing to do. And if you feel like that's the right thing to do, come join the Burn Law crew, baby. Hey, if y'all like what's going on, y'all like everything that's popping off, I do appreciate it. I'm not finna hold people that much longer. I'm finna actually go on. I got some things that I want to go take care of. Y'all have a good day. I highly appreciate it. Until next time, good morning, good afternoon, whenever time you see this. Bye-bye.